the void of emptiness and erased from history. But as time passed, the nameless god grew bitter and spiteful, and sought to put an end to all of existence by turning the sun into a void, and let the world and all of its inhabitants be cast into emptiness. Fulfillment rose to challenge her brother, and the two were locked in a battle that created the Great Calamity, and ripped the world into two. Eventually, Fulfillment managed to overcome her brother, and cast him deep into the abyss, where the prisons of hell were built to seal him away until the promised day, sealed and forgotten. But when Fulfillment sealed her brother and cast him away, the harmony that they had worked so hard to uphold was severed, and she could not risk acting alone without shattering the very fabrics of reality itself. And so Fulfillment created the 10 great spirits to act in her stead: order and chaos, war and peace, prosperity and desolation, luck and misfortune, knowledge and ignorance. These 10 spirits were to maintain the existence of the mortals and their world in the absence of the nameless god. And so the legend goes.
A stranger from a distant land, claiming to be the Oracle of Fulfillment, came to us with a warning. The promised day would be soon upon us, for the nameless god would be born into the world as mortal, and dwell among the people of Urkataran, until the day arose when he once again would turn the sun into a void, and regain his powers and immortality, and begin the second great calamity. Many of my people from surrounding cities rushed to Ojambel, where the nameless god was said to have been incarnated, and reduced the city to rubble, slaughtering all they could find in hopes of destroying the newborn god before he could achieve immortality. I don't know if they were right to follow the Oracle's words. I don't know if purging the city could stop the nameless god's return. After all, that Fia's existence is the only thing that kept the blame from me. But I do know one thing. I have seen the unnatural glow of that Fia's eyes, which burn red with the fires of the nameless god.
Careful there. The rubble can turn to dust at the slightest touch of your paw.
I'm sorry. Thank you for saving me, Rajir.
But of course, there's no way I would let my little brother get hurt like that. But have you seen Nabu, Yaku, or Katalk anywhere? I've been looking all around, but I still haven't seen any of them yet.
No. You don't think they've already been killed by those people or anything, do you?
Of course not. Mayan, can you find them from here?
No. I can't see them. I'm sorry.
Nabu, you idiot! You're going to get yourself killed like that. Nabu, get out of here right now!
Why should I? I can take this guy. I didn't need your help. I could have beaten him alone, you know.
Take your brother and leave the city. But don't even think about fighting anyone. Do you understand?
But I...
Do you understand?
Come on, Mayon. I'll get you out safely. I won't let them hurt you at all.
Because you won't be getting into any fights.
Of course not. Mayon can't defend himself anyway. It's not like I can fight with him dragging me down like that. Hey, I didn't mean it that way. Besides, we shouldn't be getting into any fights. It's, safer for all of us. Hey, let's go now. Ha!
Huh? Ah! Ah!
Yakyu! Hurry! We have to get out of here! We should be safe from here on out. Why is this even happening? We made it!
Hey! Watch out! Yakyu! Why? What did we do to deserve this?
I'm not.
Nothing. That's what. They attacked us for no reason at all. No one in Ocean Bell ever did a thing to hurt anyone. And all this because that guy from who knows where made up some prophecy about a god rising up from Ocean Bell to start the second great calamity. Well, you know what? If these people are going to be blinded by a baseless fear of something some stranger said we might do, well then, I'll give them a reason to fear us. Mayon? Mayon? Hey! Mayon, wake up!
Good. You're finally awake. You were whimpering in your sleep again.
Just that nightmare.
Again? This is what, the 4th time you've had it now? Look, I wish I could help you, but you won't even talk about it. It's kind of crazy to have the same nightmare that many times in a row. And it's obviously bothering you. I just want to know what's wrong.
It's nothing. I'm fine.
No, you're not. Oh, come on. You're my brother. I just want to help.
Look, you don't even want to know. It will only bother you more.
No, you don't understand. I couldn't even save Hyaku back then. And I don't want to see you suffer too.
This is different. That nightmare isn't going to kill me.
Doesn't mean I don't care about you.
That's why I can't tell you. It's better this way. Now let me sleep.
All right, whatever you say.
I need you to know how it feels to lose your mind completely. So I'm going to drag you into this spell with me.
Big news for Mahomes.
I'm switching to iPhone 16, but T-Mobile, it's built for Apple Intelligence.
That's like peanut butter on...
Good night.
I'm telling you, we need to continue the search.
I know you're worried, Daruk, but it's been 4 years since the sack of Ocean Bell, and no more survivors have shown up yet. It's hard, but you need to let it go.
You don't understand. That accursed Fia isn't so easy to get rid of. His body was never even found. That means he's still alive, and I'm certain my child would be with him. He's the one the Oracle was talking about. I have no doubts in my mind about that.
That Fia was still but a child. I understand that the situation around his birth was complicated, but he was still a child nonetheless. Even if he managed to survive, I highly doubt he is the living incarnation of the nameless god.
The Fia had always been a curse on the village of Ocean Bell since the day he was born. His unnatural red eyes are proof of that. He will prove to be a threat to Trasilk, and the entirety of Urktan as well if he isn't hunted down. If you are not willing to continue the search, then I will.
What was that all about?
Just the normal. Most of the refugees have calmed down by now. But even this many years after what happened, Daruk... But never mind him. How did things go with you?
Perfectly. I just talked to Yuffie, and all the preparations have been made.
And I will be expectantly awaiting your return. It's not every day that I get to see my son become a man. And I'm sure you'll do well.
Yeah, thanks. But, to be honest, I'm a little nervous.
Malik Cell may be intimidating, but they are no cheetah dragon. And this is a test all of us have to face when we become of age. And it's not like you'll be facing it alone anyway. You'll even have Jay Lee with you if things get rough.
Shut up!
Hey, look who's finally awake. Sleep any better after that?
Nah. But thanks. I'm sorry about last night. It's just...
It's fine. You don't have to talk about it if you don't want to. Yeah. We're running out of food, and we haven't found anything worth hunting down either. We might have to go into a city again.
But we barely have any money left, and... what if...
I know. If they find out we're survivors from Ocean Bell, we're done for. But it's been fine so far. No one's recognized us yet, and it's not like they knew what everyone looked like to begin with.
Yeah, let's just hope it stays that way. I don't want to see any more death.
Oh, Mayan is awake. Breakfast is almost done. I'm sorry there won't be much today.
We can still try to see what we can get at Yurnath. We're not too far from there as it is.
But wouldn't it be best to just hunt for something around here?
None of us want to go into a city either. But the drought has chased all the game away. We'll be fine. Fulfillment will watch over us.
We should get going when all of you are ready. I want to get in and get out of Yurnath before nightfall.
I don't want to be anywhere near those murderers for longer than I have to.
Nabu, the people of Yurnath had nothing to do with...
Did they try to stop the destruction of Ocean Bell? Of our home? Then they're just as guilty. They probably rejoiced with everyone else after their massacre stopped the Second Great Calamity.
Hey, Nabu, calm down. Yurnath is far from Ocean Bell. It's on the other side of the country. They won't have been able to get there in time to help anyway.
If you're done, let's go. We don't have all day.
Wow, this place is a dump. Did they get into trouble with the Emperor or something?
Oh, hello there. Are you finding anything to your liking? We have all the finest wares around.
You didn't have to be so rude. Just politely say no next time.
I don't want to deal with this right now. Why did they insist we have to come to when we weren't even going to stick together anyway?
Well, they probably wanted you to see how not everyone is a hateful murder.
You're in Yurnath. Are you sure about that?
I heard the entire village of Ojimbo had been wiped out years ago. Surely we would have known if such a monster was still alive.
That's just it. This is the incarnation of the nameless god we are talking about. He is very cunning. He would lie in wait for years, gathering power in exile until he becomes too powerful for anyone to handle.
But if you knew his incarnation had survived, why didn't you say anything before?
Yeah, why have you waited this long to tell us that the great Jachita dragon of the old somehow managed to escape the sack of Ocean Bell?
And how do we know that you're not—
Please calm down! I didn't know the devil had escaped. After the destruction of Ocean Bell, I spent all my time searching for proof that we had been saved. But instead, I saw that the worst may still be yet to come.
Maybe? So does that mean we still have a chance to stop the Second Great Calamity before it begins?
And do you know where the dragon is? Surely we could still kill him before we're against his powers.
Yes. There is not only time to stop the Second Great Calamity, but also to turn it into a great renewal. However, I don't know where to find... There! It was one of them!
them, but they look so young.
If one of them had red eyes. Have you ever seen anyone with eyes of that color?
Of course! The Nameless God's incarnation was to be born among the citizens of Oceanbell, but his powers have yet to awaken!
Hurry and tell them to close the gates! They probably have more allies here!
That was him, wasn't it? That guy who told them to kill everyone!
Yeah, it definitely was. I would never forget the face of the man who killed Hyaku.
If these people are going to be blinded by a baseless fear of something some stranger said we might do, well then, I'll give them a reason to fear us.
But what is he doing here in the first place? I thought the Oracle stayed to the south, around the capital city of Norsen. And how did he even know we were there?
Okay. We have to find Raju.
Hurry!
Don't let them escape!
If we can kill them now, we'll be saved for sure this time.
What's going on? You don't think?
I don't know. For now, we need to find our brother.
Gemini, I need a nickname.
Okay, maybe the Clutch Queen.
No, thank you.
Or the Human Highlight Reel.
No.
How about the GOAT?
That makes sense.
Yeah, you score like crazy, and your defense is on.
Quiet enough to be the library's favorite Oreo.
There's...
Mayon? Mayon, where are you?
He's just fine. Calm down, O Abiel Streti Fia Nabain.
The Crimson Fia of the Underworld? What are you talking about? You, what's going on here? What did you do with my brother?
Now, be a good boy and listen to what I have to say. You may actually find it to your benefit not to attack without hearing me out first.
I asked you already. What did you do with my brother?
Nothing. He's exactly where you left him. I merely transported you into a time warp. I do apologize for bringing you to this less than hospitable location, but my spirit plane was a bit too crowded for us today.
Spirit plane? What's that supposed to mean?
Oh, where are my manners? Perhaps I should properly introduce myself to you. I am the Demon of Destruction, the 11th spirit, as well as the only demon without a guardian counterpart. How do you do?
Demon of Destruction? You mean like war and peace and stuff? The spirits created by the goddess of fulfillment to help after the nameless god was sealed away.
Precisely! Sounds like you know your history.
A spirit? A demon? It's just a myth. There are no spirits, no gods, no guardians or demons. They're nothing but excuses created when people can't explain what's happening in the world around them.
Is that so? I'm afraid you're mistaken. There is a god who so desperately wants you dead. But that's beside the point. You see, I am your ally here, and I'll be willing to help you and your half-sister and brothers escape if you do a little, something for me.
Half? How do you know that?
Because I know who your father is.
My father? That coward ran away before I was even born. How could you possibly know who he was?
Oh, please. Give me a little credit. I am a demon. I have my ways. So, do we have a deal? Of course, they will all die if you refuse.
What do you want me to do?
Oh, I just need you to use your magic to create a certain illusion to attack Yornath. Of course, it must be a tangible illusion, where it won't be able to cause any real devastation.
A tangible illusion? I can't do that!
And why's that? I thought you would have wanted to save, Mian, Raju, and Katok. Those are the names, right?
It's Mayon. And tangible illusions require earth magic, which I have no affinity for. Even if I was capable of casting it, I'm not exactly adept in casting such complex spells.
Or any kind of spell at all. But I can fix both of those problems. As a demon, I can pull some strings to give you the ability to channel your magic into all of the elements. Furthermore, I am more than willing to teach you how to create tangible illusions. So, how about that deal?
I don't have time for that. They'll be dead before I could learn how.
This is a time warp, remember. When we're done, almost nothing will have changed in the mortal world. If we start now, they should all survive. Now, do we have a deal or not?
We have a deal.
Nabu? Nabu! I just don't get it. How could he even disappear like that?
Over there! I just saw one of them running over that way!
Hey, you know, there's been some kind of misunderstanding. I don't...
Don't stand there! Kill him before he attacks!
Mayan, you're okay.
Yes, but we still have one more to go. Where's Nabu?
I don't know. We were running and he suddenly vanished. Like he was there and then gone, right before my eyes.
Vanished? But how is that even possible?
I don't know, but I saw it happen.
The thing just now. Wasn't that...
Nabu, where
I'll explain later, but for now, we have to go. Good, you made it after all.
You say that as if you weren't sure we would. Besides, where did that thing come from anyway?
Oh, well, I made it. Magic, you know?
You did? I thought you weren't able to use light magic.
Well, yeah, it turns out I can. I can also use Earth. Who would have known?
Really? I didn't even know it was possible for someone to control so many elements.
Yeah. Weird, huh?
And I suppose you're going to say that the demonic Chichita dragon was of your doing as well.
Well, yes. But it was just an illusion. A tangible illusion. But it was still an illusion.
What were you thinking? That Chichita dragon looked just like the Oracle's sand puppet. When he first came to Urktan, he said that thing would come out of Ocean Bell and start the second great calamity.
Hey, I just thought that—
No! You did not!
Raju, calm down.
And that's just the problem. You never think. You never have, not even once. How did you even learn to cast such a spell anyway? And don't tell me you made it up, because you and I both know you're not experienced enough to use such high-class magic.
I didn't have any other choice. He said he was gonna let all of you die if I didn't.
Who said that?
He did. The Oracle,
Nabu, what happened?
He trapped me in some kind of time warp, and made me fight until I could cast that spell. I'm pretty sure he used some strange magic just to keep me alive. I should be dead right now.
But you're not. And none of us are. So everything's okay. It wasn't your fault.
So, it really was just all one big setup. It looks like we haven't run far enough. I thought we would be safe this far from the ruins of Ocean Bell, but...
It's quite possible that nowhere in Urktan is safe anymore.
Is that...
Never mind who or... Where did that portal even take us to, Nabu? This looks like southern Urktan. We may have wound up somewhere worse than we began with.
Raju!
What? Oh. Alright, there's no running from this thing. Everyone ready?
Hey, Fangface, come and get some!
Is that...
Never mind who or what that is. Let's get out of here! Seems that portal transported us all the way to Trosek. I'll keep an eye out. All of you better get some sleep.
So I'm not the last one here. That's a relief. Where's Zeben?
Correction, you are the last to arrive. As for Zeben, he decided to get started without waiting on the rest of us.
And you just let him go?
We tried to stop him, but he's not exactly the easiest person to reason with.
But he can't fight a Malik alone. And he can't even hide well in the dark since
He's right. Besides, now that we're all here, we can catch up to him before he has the chance to do something stupid.
Right. Because he never acts stupidly on a regular basis. Now let's get going, before that idiot gets himself eaten by a giant scorpion spider. Alright. So I caught Zeben's scent, but I can also smell a Malik. And something else.
Something else? What do you mean by that?
That doesn't matter now. We need to find Zeben. He probably went after the Malik alone.
Hey, Spidey, you can do better than that. Come and get me.
Put me down, Zeben, or I'll force feed you to the Malik. I can walk on my own.
Sorry, puppy, but you weren't fast enough. If I hadn't done it, you would be a crystal wolf right about now.
I could have run away in time. And if not, Jaylee is right there with the antidote.
Whoa. You did good, man. Took down a Malik. Lil Sarkin, all grown up now.
Yeah, and this one's big enough to feed half the city, too.
That was for almost getting everyone killed. And that is what you get for running off by yourself to hunt some Malik.
Whoa there, Xylee. That's a little harsh, don't you think? We all survived with, minimal injuries. Mind giving me the antidote? It's kind of, Oh, look, I'm really sorry about that.
Don't do it again. Now give me your arm.
Is exactly why I think we need to act quickly and take matters into our own hands.
But it's too early to be certain. We must be careful.
Miss Fortune, you should know better than anyone else what that Thea is going to do.
I don't know all the details. There are still many paths to future could be taking.
She's right, Desolation. We can't go killing them off just because of something you saw on one path the future has the possibility of taking.
But none of you have seen what I did.
Because none of us have used time travel to disrupt the flow of history. It's taboo for a reason, you know.
I had no other choice. There wasn't any other way to see what destruction was really up to.
And what did you learn? The exact same thing the rest of us already knew.
Enough! We didn't come here to argue. We came to hear out what Desolation had to say.
Not me. I was just bored and thought it could be interesting.
Chaos. Shut up.
or else I'm going to bury you in another sandstorm.
Oh no, not again! I do apologize for angering you, oh great and terrible demon of desolation. Whatever could I do to have even a chance of one day earning your forgiveness?
Guardian. Daemon is such a self-deprecating term. All of us were given the task to protect the mortal sphere and make sure the flow of time doesn't become corrupted.
Corrupted? You mean like you've been doing? Oh well, look at this. It's the infamous Abia Stratifiana Binant is less dangerous, older brother. Lucky you. Why not kill them right now?
That's the same thing the Oracle called me. The Crimson Fia of the Underworld? What does that even mean?
All in due time, little devil. Unless someone wants to play hero now and save us all the misery.
Let them go.
Really? I thought you wanted to protect the mortal sphere by eradicating the biggest threats to time in history.
But awareness changes everything. Now that they've overheard, things have suddenly been altered and new paths have been uncovered. If I did anything now, I don't like acting recklessly.
But isn't that what you do best? Well, I'll leave you free to make your decisions about our favorite little devils. See you at the War of... Oh. Never mind.
That was Chaos. As in the demon? And he called you Desolation? Look, I don't know who you really are, but I want to know what's actually going on around here. And don't even think about making up excuses, because I won't stand for them.
Atheist among spirits? How unusual. But I advise against threatening immortals with the power to fell entire countries before you could even comprehend what was happening.
Spirits, yeah, right.
Now that you are beginning to have an idea of who you are dealing with, I hope you can understand why we don't necessarily want to answer your questions.
Actually, Desolation, it may be for the best if we tell them. Okay, so that was the demon of chaos who just left. And over there is the demon of... Guardian of Desolation. That's the Guardian of Order, and I'm the Demon of Misfortune. But I'm a good demon, a good spirit. All of us are. Even that Chaos. He's just not very agreeable. Anyway, I'm sure you know how the Goddess of Fulfillment sent the 10 spirits of order, chaos, luck, misfortune, war, peace, knowledge, ignorance, prosperity, and desolation to help govern the world and guide it as best as we could to prevent it from falling into emptiness.
Yeah, I know the fairy tales, but what do they even matter? What's going on here?
But one day an 11th spirit showed up. He told us the world was still slowly fading into emptiness, and the only way to stop this from happening was for one of us to gain the power of a true god and put the world back to where it was when it began.
Which may sound nice and all until you realize that would require using the 4,000-year cycle to erase from existence and memory everything that had existed up until that point. That would include mortals like you, as well as the spirits like us who weren't around until well after the world was born.
That's right. But the demon of destruction, the oracle to you, doesn't really care about that. It seems like it's trying to use the great calamities to give himself power.
It's all about gods with you people, isn't it? So what's this 4,000-year cycle?
We can't say much more. You've already had enough.
For now, all I ask is that you stay out of trouble. Maybe take refuge in Traselk.
Traselk?
But that's so close to Ocean Bell. If we were to be recognized by anyone, it would be there.
Of course. That's where almost all the refugees from Ocean Bell went. The people of Traselk took them in as their own.
There were more refugees then? Yeah, right? How would you even know?
Of course. You didn't seriously think that you were the only survivors from that entire city, did you? Not only would you be safe, but the people of Traselk would help to protect you as they have done for the others.
That's great. And then we wouldn't have to run anymore. We would have a real home again.
Yeah, just great.
Well, that's one thing I'm not going to miss.
Oh, really? I'd rather prefer it here to the scorching heat of Orcaton. It's quite a lot more welcoming.
Yeah, for you. You're a fox. You don't have to worry about all the hostile gazes from the locals turning into something a bit more dangerous than just looks.
You're still on that? It's been years, and those who know who you are have been very friendly. Oh, Advent of Kialoon. But you're right. It'll be nice to see home again.
Yeah, nice.
Are you sure you want to do this, Adir? It isn't going to be easy.
Nothing has ever been easy for me, Ashia. Not since that day. Besides, I can't hide in this rat's hole forever. I always knew I'd be going back, and I've gotten what I came here for, so there's no point of sticking around any longer. I don't care if the entire world is up in arms over my return. It's already falling apart at the seams as it is, and with the start of the second Neon upon us, someone has to be there to pull it all together before everything shatters apart.
And you believe that person is you?
Why not? I was born to lead after all, and even if this might be a little different from what people would have originally expected, I'll take it. It's not like I want anything more to do with the Norsen dynasty either. So if I get to tear it down in the process, then that's just one more incentive I have to work towards that goal. Besides, I'm already the only person in the past, 300-400 years who's managed to cross the Jachita wasteland and survive? I'd say that does more than a little to prove my capabilities. Ashia... Ashia? What is it?
You crashed Ahida once, but the question stands, Adir. Can you do it a second time?
Heh, bring it.
Hey. Thanks for making my day with your haze.
What?
Typo, I meant face.
Meet cutes happen every day on Tinder. Just not like they do in the movies.
Trasek. You want to go to Trasek.
Yes. Look, I know it's hard to believe, but we met some of those spirits last night. Order, chaos, misfortune,
Are
desolation.
you sure you're okay? You haven't been quite the same since Nabu's experience with the Oracle.
Oh, come on! Nabu was there too, right? You saw them, right?
Oh yeah, they were there. They told us all about how safe it would be in a place so close to the ruins of Ocean Bell, and in a country where everyone is convinced that I must be evil because my eyes are an unusual
You
color.
really don't need to cover for him.
I'm not lying. We really met them.
Those people weren't even spirits. They were just...
Yes. Talk. No, wait, don't talk. You just admitted that you saw them too. See, Raju, I'm not lying, so don't look at me like I'm crazy. They said Traselk should be the safest place for us to go.
Huh. Safe for you, maybe. But just because there are other refugees from Ocean Bell there, doesn't mean that they'll suddenly forget about my evil red eyes.
You have a point here, okay. But we can go and check the place out while you wait here. Then, if it looks safe, like the spirit said, we'll come and get you.
And how will you know if it's actually safe or not?
He doesn't seem to be lying. I think we should give it a try.
Katalk, not you too. Trasek is too dangerous. Besides, What would the spirits want to do with us anyway? It doesn't make much sense to me.
After what happened with Nabu and Keiraku, it's really not that surprising to me. Besides, why would our enemies look for us so close to Ocean Bell? Not only would they expect us to have left the area, but they saw us at Yurnat just a few days ago.
Okay, but the moment things look dangerous, we're out of there, okay? The three of you are the only family I have left, and I don't want anything to take you away from me.
Of course, Raju.
And we'll be back soon to tell you how it went.
This day reminds me of the day I met you. You were just a...
Oh.
You're just scared. This day reminds me of the day I met you.
Oh. Oh.
This day reminds me of the day I met you. You were just a scared sister. You.
This is your doing, isn't it? Show yourself, destruction!
So you remember me by my preferred name. I must say, I'm rather proud of you, little devil.
Look, I'm a bit busy right now. I don't have time for you.
What? You're not happy to see me? You're only alive now because I allowed it. Besides, I created you.
You created me. What is that supposed to mean?
You mean you can't see the resemblance?
You are not my father.
You said it yourself. You never saw your father before. I do apologize I couldn't stick around while you were growing up, but I do think Daruk did a wonderful job raising you.
What do you want this time?
Oh, nothing much. I'm just stuck with a little dilemma, and hoped you could help me with making the choice.
A choice? About what?
Well, we have to pick, and it's a very hard decision. One will live, the other must die.
Kill? Who is it this time?
One of these.
You have got to be kidding me. Did you really think that I would let you touch either of them?
Children obey their fathers, Nabu, not the other way around.
You're not my father. You killed Hyak, you killed him.
Well, if you won't decide, I'll just kill them both. It's all the same to me anyway. But I understand you need time to think things over. We'll figure this out later then.
Hey! What? No! What? Raju! Mayon! Katalk! Where are you?
Yeah, I don't believe in destiny. I just do what's best for me. Don't listen to
And you're sure about this? Because once you enter those ruins, there will be no turning back.
I know. I made a promise to Druvik and Dalara. I don't intend to go back on it.
Good. Then let's keep going. Kyalu awaits us.
Raju! Mayan! Gatalk! Raju! Ugh.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see you there. Did you just get here? I don't think I've seen you before.
No, yes, I mean, I'm looking for my family. A brown flighted fox among them.
Oh, yeah, they just passed this way. You have red eyes.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. My name is Sarkin, by the way. Who are you?
Nabu.
Well, it's nice to meet you, Nabu. Well, I think I saw the winged fox pass by earlier. There were 2 others with him, yes? Anyway, your family should be around here. Actually, it's best if you wait for them to come back out.
And why is that?
It's the man they went to see. For the past few years, he's been going on about the Nameless God's incarnation being a red-eyed Fia.
No. The Nameless God is just a legend. So what if my eyes are red? I am just a normal Fia.
Listen to my son. The man on the other side of that door is likely to try and kill you, with no questions asked.
Dad! What are you doing here?
One of the guards told me about a little red-eyed Fia that entered the city earlier. I was coming to make sure Daruk didn't decide to go hunting him down for no reason.
Daruk? He's the one you were talking about?
Calm down. I'm not going to let him hurt you. I received word from one of the spirits that the Nameless God's incarnation has been dealt with. You're in the clear.
What?
Nabu, who is Daruk to you anyways? You sounded like you knew him.
He is a repulsive, disgraceful, abusive wretch who cares about nothing but wealth and status. Who I am unfortunate enough to call my stepfather.
Your stepfather?
Sarkin, I'm going to take this Fia to our home for the time being, to get him away from Daruk. When the others are done...
Shazisk. I thought I heard your voice out here. And you bring the devil himself.
Extinguish your magic. There will be no fighting here. I will not allow you to kill a child because of your prejudice.
My prejudices? That accursed Fia was never supposed to exist in the first place. He has brought nothing but suffering to my people since the day he was born. When his mother, my wife, died. I may not know who his father was, but those unnatural red eyes are proof enough that evil flows through his veins. The moment the Oracle told us about the Nameless God's incarnation, I knew it was either him or his brother. But his brother was killed, and he's the only one left.
The Oracle is a liar! There is no Nameless God. He made it all up, using past legends as a base to manipulate everyone so he could...
And his blasphemy knows no ends.
But as you know very well, Daruk, one of the great spirits personally told me that the incarnation has been dealt with, and the threat has passed.
And what spirit was it? Do I need to remind you that a great calamity would be right up the Demon of Desolation's alley?
The purpose of the great spirits has always been to protect. I trust his words.
But
enough, Daruk. You may have been given jurisdiction over Ocean Bell, but I am Lord here in Trasek, and you will listen to what I have to say.
You have no idea what you're doing. You should be able to tell just by looking at him that there is something wrong with that Fia. Who has ever heard of anyone with red eyes?
Leave him alone! Whoever his real father was, that is still your son. My brother.
Katalk.
Listen to her. I will keep an eye on this Fia for the time being, but I will not allow you to kill a child based on your superstitions.
Fine, let your city fall into ruin. But I won't stay here any longer. Mayon, Raju, Katalk, we're leaving.
No, father.
What did you say?
I said no. We're not leaving Naboo alone with a bunch of strangers. We're all staying together.
Then stay here, all of you. But don't blame me when the devil murders you just to create his second great calamity.
Well, now that that's over, the four of you are welcome to stay in Trasek if you want.
Thank you, Lord Shazisk.
Yes, and thank you for standing up for my brother.
About that, I'm still going to have to keep an eye on your brother for a while.
But I am not the incarnation of the Nameless God. I'm not going to attack your city.
And I'm not saying that you are. I'm doing this not only for the peace of mind of my people, but for your own sake as well.
But...
Daruk has